Hello, everyone, and welcome to Art Battle Dallas. We are just getting ready for round number one. Tonight, we're going to have 12 absolutely incredible artists stepping up to the easels. We have all new artists in this event as well, which is really exciting to welcome some new talent to the Art Battle Dallas easels. We will be starting round number one in just a few short minutes, and we'll have our first 20-minute paint off.
Without further ado, Positive P, you ready? Can I get 20 minutes up on the shot clock? Please, 20 minutes up on the shot clock. I'm gonna need everybody's help count down because we're about to kick it off. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need everybody to start walking to my left. Walk, 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 walk. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, let's go, let's go, let's go. Paint to the canvas, paint to the canvas. Y'all got 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
All right, we have just started round number one of Art Battle in Dallas. Right now, we are checking out, I believe this is Jules' art, and we can see that she is starting off with a circular shape, I think, in the center of the canvas and some lighter colors.
Looks to be that way. And a beautiful environment there at the venue today at the Deep Elm Co.
Yeah, very cool. They have all of these gallery walls around the entire place, and I think that they actually have a silk screening station outside too, which is super, super cool.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, really, really excited about that. And okay, so we've got three circles now. So this is a very mysterious start to our first composition from Jules' art here.
Certainly captures the imagination. We might be looking at some planets in orbit, or you never know.
Oh, that's a good prediction, I think.
We shall see on the next go round.
Okay, and here we are with Renee Ellis. And Renee is working on the floor, so I have a feeling that she's going to be working with maybe some looser paint so that she can get some gravity control. That's why I usually see people working on the floor. But right now it looks like she's in with a Sharpie getting a few eyes going.
Absolutely, and very small eyes at that. So there's still so much of the canvas that is yet to be touched.
Yeah, and that's definitely an interesting stylistic technique too, to have these small features within such a large canvas.
Mm-hmm. And a strategic one at that, with still about 18 minutes left in this round.
And who is this? I think that this is the artist known as Sam Shine, which is such a cool artist name.
Very cool.
And Sam Shine is a tattoo artist who also does a lot of body painting, and their quote about art is that art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I noticed that on their profile, and I think it's a great quote. And it looks like we're starting off with a skull imagery, which was something that was featured on their bio as well. So it seems to be their perhaps one of their skills, and it's certainly looking very cool at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I love the blue of the eye sockets of what I think is going to be turning into a skull.
Me too. Me too. It's also worth noting the bold choice to have so much of the canvas already covered in dark paint.
Totally. That is definitely a challenging way to start, I think, but it just goes to show how confident Samshine is in this style and building out all of this dark paint around the composition and just kind of letting the white of the canvas shine through for the main focus of the skull and using that as the white. So I think that's a good strategy already.
Totally.
Looks like we're just getting a little reset on our camera here. Oh,
Whoa.
wow. Check out the progression in that few seconds that we missed.
Oh my gosh, what a change. So just a splash of color has exploded onto the canvas.
That's
Amazing.
so cool. I
Wow, that is amazing.
I'm absolutely loving that. I was so ready for a more classical take on a skull with the white, and then I'm almost grateful that we had that little camera blip because we got to come back to this woo, like bam, color explosion.
Exactly, and what a wow moment it was, and that's exactly what makes live painting so exciting here at Art Battle Dallas.
So good, so good. And really fun fact for today is that actually all of the artists, I believe, that are painting in this event are brand new to Art Battle. So this is their first time conquering a 20-minute round.
That's amazing.
I think we are turning over to GJ art right now, and
Mhm.
lots of progress in our first 5-minute start from GJ here. Look at how mature this portrait is already.
Definitely, there's so much structure and a wonderful light color hue, color palette right now, and it begs the question if there will be splashes of color added to accent or to highlight. Only time will tell, and there's about 14 minutes and 30 seconds left.
And for anyone who is just joining us on the stream, Art Battle is live competitive painting. These artists have 20 minutes only on the clock, and you will vote for the winning artists that move forward from each round and go into a final showdown. And the way that you're going to vote is at the link that is on your screen, artbattle.com/AB2459. All of the work created today is also available for silent auction at that same link as well.
Every vote counts, so be sure to do so, folks. We need you, and it really adds to the fun of this competition.
Ooh, Tyson, I can see that we've got some different colors going on GJ's palette, so I think that you might get your heart's desire with that little pop of color.
Right, you are a little hint of the future. Here we have a nice clean feed at the moment and a wonderful first viewing of an amazing picture from Rayon, I believe.
For sure. Look, wow, this is just blowing my mind. It's so well executed already. This is only a 7-minute painting.
Totally, I love the gesture and the movement of the what appears to be smoke around the wrist.
Yeah, so good. And these compartmentalized shadows as well are just really doing so much for the composition. I love the sharp contrast of the black versus that bluey gray that's being used as the midtone.
And in his bio, he wrote, Rayon likes to think he can create pieces that keep your eye continuously moving without making the viewer overwhelmed and or dizzy. And I can see what he meant by that. There's so much movement. It's really exciting to see such a dynamic painting taking shape.
Absolutely. And just so exciting with all of these color choices as well. And here we are
Hmm.
with Ashley D. And am I seeing some glitter? I feel like that's either really, really wet paint or we might be getting a little bit of a reflective quality of some glitter right now.
Perhaps so. Oh, I hope so. That would be amazing. One thing I'd like to say is that it's an amazing contrast to the shapes that have already been placed on the canvas, and a really different approach to the techniques that Ashley had painted with. There's this sort of amorphous blue shape there, and then there's a much more detailed and drawn skeletal hand, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I have to agree. I love the juxtaposition between the sharpness of the skeleton hand and the diffused nature of our almost like a balloon shape here. And we can see that Ashley has her reference that she's using, which is actually a hand-drawn reference. I always really enjoy seeing an artist using their own drawing to inform the painting that they're working on.
That's cool. I didn't notice that down there at the bottom of the screen, but that's a great point, and it really kind of accentuates the pleasure of seeing everybody's unique approaches and techniques at play.
So, so good. And back with Jules art here, and now we get the reveal of what those three spheres were. And this is, I never would have guessed this.
I did not, I couldn't have guessed this either. If anybody would have guessed that what would appear on this canvas are three what appear to be eyeball butterflies, they might have some psychic capabilities.
So good. That's one of my favorite things about Art Battle is playing the guessing game and also getting to have that inside view of the artist's creative expression. Like no one else would have thought this up except for Jules Art, and here we are being able to see it.
Totally true. And it's very playful and a little creepy. It's got a lot going on, and at this point, still much of the canvas yet to be approached, and still 10 minutes left of this 20-minute round. So there's still much to be revealed with this very intriguing image. Love it.
Absolutely. We are officially at our halfway mark in round number one of Art Battle Dallas. My name is Morgan Booth, and I'm here with Tyson Cody, musician, actor, and all around creative dude. And our handles for Instagram are up on the screen now if you want to check us out.
Thanks so much, Morgan. A pleasure to be here, and a delight to see amazing works like this taking place. And all of these are artists. It's their first time, you mentioned before, their first time competing here, and they are really bringing it here. This is a beautiful piece taking shape.
Yeah, Renee is expanding this piece, and now we can see that the initial features that she was drawing that we were wondering about has now morphed into this kind of expressionist dog.
An expressionist dog. I love that. You're so right. And I love the range of colors that she has deployed here. It really, you're right. The surrealist element is so pleasing about this.
For me, it's all about those little yellow eyebrows.
For me, I'm loving the little turquoise splash as well. There's such restraint there to use such a beautiful color so sparingly.
Great point. Yeah, the way that that blue is shining in the black is just a really nice way to kind of create that highlight section.
And this is a kind of painting that would hang so beautifully on any wall in your home. And a good time to mention that this, folks, could be yours for those of you watching the stream at home. All the paintings are going to be available through our auction, which you can access at artbattle.com/AB2459.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with the way that this piece from Samshine is coming out. I think both of us thought that this background was just going to stay totally dark, but it has taken on so much movement and vibrancy.
So much movement. I love it. It's got an air of celebration to it.
Totally. It's this really amazing energy contrast between all of these celebratory colors and then a more kind of dark subject matter of the life and death symbolized by a skull. And I think it's just a really cool take.
You're right. It is a cool take, and it really, throws that notion that death is something that's dark inherently, and throws it on its head and makes it fun and makes it a celebration.
Those swipes of that cerulean blue and the hot pink up in the corner are just totally doing it for me. I feel like it's almost like we're looking at confetti falling around the skull.
Yes, I think that's really what's giving that celebratory vibe here. And you're right; those strokes are so expertly dashed onto the canvas there.
Yeah, really wonderful job capturing this unique energy from Samshine.
Lots of very dynamic paintings tonight.
Absolutely. We're really lucking out with all of these new ABers here. I'm very pleased to be seeing so much talent up at the easels.
Beers. I like the lingo.
Wow. This is just coming together so gorgeously. I love the way all of these strokes have so much movement and that GJ is allowing them to bleed and blend into each other.
Absolutely, and I just love the firm structure of this painting as well. It really seems to be, built firmly.
Totally. And it really, that firm sense really underlines the presence of the character and that kind of penetrating eye contact that's happening right now.
Yeah, and speaking of eye contact, the more details that get added into the eyes and the rest of the expression, the more we're going to come to understand who we're looking at. And that's so exciting about portraiture, that you get to know the character a little bit, especially as time goes over this 20-minute round.
That's such a great point. Especially myself as a portrait artist, I feel that so strongly that you get to know the character as they come to completion. So, love seeing that. What is our text here? It's hard to see the growth inside you. Can you read it? I'm trying to get in there.
I can't. It's like that one of those words is right, and
I
then
think
yeah.
that we'll end up having that revealed to us a little later when we get a chance to get a little bit more up close when the artist is not present at the easel. We don't want to enter his space too much, but so loving all of these stylized elements. And I'm just noticing this bracelet now, which is a cool little added thing.
Yeah, you're right, and a nice add of little colors in a primarily two color composition. Well, with exception to the pencil as well, I suppose.
Yeah, JG is, or sorry, Ryan is using these excellent little hits of color and using those accents sparingly and letting the other colors kind of take dominance but not be overpowering.
Yeah, totally.
And looks like we're going in more with the Sharpie there.
Hmm. Yeah, nice variety of techniques there, including the writing. And he does mention in his bio that he believes to bend these and stretch the laws of art to work in new ways to make his own personal style, and you can really see that.
Oh, we've gotten our reveal now of what this soft blue shape was. Now we get it.
Yeah, no kidding. And another reference to the unalived here.
Oh yeah. Interesting. The light bulb being also a symbol for life and death. I can totally see that now as well.
Yeah, it's very intriguing. What is the story being told here? Uh, it's certainly compelling, whatever it is.
And we have all of these sprays of paint kind of happening around the light bulb as well in these smaller accent colors. I'm seeing a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, and although they're sparing, I think it's doing a lot to expand the composition into the remaining negative space.
Hmm. You're right, and it almost gives an air of like the light bulb is spinning.
Totally. Definitely adding that kind of dynamic movement. Back over with Jules art here. This is so cool. I love how glossy the eyeballs are.
And look what an interesting plot turn she has taken with the lowest eyeball, which previously had wings like the other two, but now appears to be stemmed from the earth.
And you totally can't even tell. Like Jules art has just completely obliterated that element around the eye, but it's still looking so clean. Like it doesn't look like that's a correction at all. So very skillful adjustment there.
No, absolutely. It's very cool to see, such a plot twist there. It's like, here's three eyeball butterflies, but nope, now one of them's a plant. And, it really kind of plays to the drama of watching the painting unfold, seeing these significant ways that it can change.
For sure. And we're also just in this weird narrative world. of Jules art, and it's just so fun to be a part of it.
It is, and we're down to the last 45 seconds of being a part of it. So, soak it up and get your votes in, folks.
Yes, voting is now open at the link that is on your screen, artbattle.com/AB2459. The top two artists, as voted by the audience, will move forward with the top two artists from our next round into a 4-artist final showdown. So make sure that you get those votes in. Every vote counts.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pain versus hell, pain versus hell, round number 1. Everybody make some noise for round number 1 contestant. Make sure you follow them on social media. We got their links up here on the stage. If you want to follow them on social media, make sure you bid on the silent auction. You can take any one of these paintings home tonight. You just got to bid, you just got to bid, you just got to bid. Make sure you register to vote. We got the bar is still open. We're going to take a slight intermission. We got Trapaletas outside. They're selling elotes and tamales. We also got Color Pop Print Studio. They're going to help you print and press your own t-shirt. You can customize your own shirt. Take it with you today. Shout out to DJ Positive B. He's about to provide the tunes. B, I'll be mingling around. I might be for you. Get you a drink at the bar. Let's go.
Wow, what an incredible first round for today's event in Dallas. And all new art battlers up at the easels for this round as well. Tyson, which piece are you feeling very drawn to at this point?
Oh, that's a real hard say at the moment, because there have been such amazing displays of talent so far in this first round. So many amazing, very dynamic paintings have taken shape with a lot of movement and a lot of interesting themes. So, we're looking at, I think, one of my favorites. This, again, an amazing, structured and beautiful portraits. They're also different.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I love Sam Shine's skull on the black background with all of that color. The execution here from GJ is just fantastic. And ooh, getting closer in, we're able to see those little pops of color as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just a wonderful execution. I love the areas that GJ has allowed to stay loose, and then some other areas are more tightened up. I think it just gives a great dynamic quality to this piece. So voting is open for this round. So make sure that you are audience members. Go to artbattle.com/AB2459 and register to vote. The top two artists from this round and the top two artists from our next qualifying round will move forward into a 4-artist final showdown. We will be back in just a few minutes. We're going to go count up the votes as they are rolling in, and we will be back shortly for round number 2 and our next 6 artists.
Woohoo!
Instagram. Some of these sorries on Instagram. Make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. Register to vote. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Contestant number 4. You can follow her on Instagram at Theatric Creates on Instagram. Shout out to her friend who does, I think she told me she does tease nuts. And you need some nuts from them for show. Y'all make some noise for Theatric Creates. Contestant number 5, breaking from Oak Cliff, Texas. Oak Cliff Mario, follow him on Instagram. Detox Art on Instagram. Y'all make some noise for Jared Detox Davis. Shout out to Detox. And last but not least, this is a wild card contestant. She put her name in the hat. We go ahead and drew her from the hat. She's fresh off of our state finals over there at Wichita Falls. She says she's revealing a mural at Plano. They're doing the Plano Art Festival, and she's revealing a mural next Saturday. Make sure y'all pop up. Next Saturday, make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Carissa Ely. Y'all can follow her on Instagram at Resilient Art on Instagram, Resilient Art. But without further ado, me and DJ might be, we're ready to kick it off. If I can get the shot clock up on the board, I need everybody's help counting down from 10 or from 5. And it's about to go down round number 2. Round number 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Paintbrushes up, paintbrushes up, canvases down. Come on, Carissa, let's go. I need everybody to move to the left. Move to the left, move to the left, let's go.
All right, we have just started our second round of Art Battle Dallas today, and we already are seeing some super unconventional techniques from Nicholas Anderson, starting on the back of the canvas. That's cool.
Nicholas, you're painting on the wrong side.
Right? It's just already catching me off guard, so I'm sure that that's going to feel really, really engaging for the audience. Welcome back, everyone, for round number 2. My name is Morgan Booth, and I am here with Tyson Cody, musician, actor, and all-around creative dude. Thanks for coming back, Tyson.
Thank you so much, Morgan. And, what an amazing start to this second round of Art Battle Dallas. Nicholas here coming in strong with a real surprise and delight for those in attendance and those of you watching at home.
I know, how cool is that? Already just like immediately capturing our attention with that unconventional technique there.
Big time.
And here we are with King Dub, who describes his work as being a blend of abstraction and graffiti. Looks like we've got some marker to start and now moving in with some paint.
Love the confident gestures. Love how much has been already drawn onto the broad canvas here. Can't wait to see where this goes.
And that green is just super, super vibrant. I love a nice emerald green, and it actually is matching the underside of his hat too. I wonder if that was a stylistic thought or not. We often see artists who match their outfits to their paintings, that always gives me a little bit of happiness. Love that.
Yeah, that's funny. And whether or not it's subconscious or deliberate, sometimes you never know.
I feel like I'm starting to see like almost like a hoof maybe at the bottom.
Mm.
Okay, moving over to Siren, and they have lots done on the canvas already. We've got kind of this gradient circle happening.
And it looks to be an extremely luminous orb here.
Yeah, super luminous. We're definitely getting that glow effect already. And Siren is really putting a lot of energy in from the get-go. And so I think that Siren is going to be an artist to watch in terms of performance. I think this is going to be a really engaging painting to watch emerge.
That is very true. It is extremely engaging to see the gestures and the wonderful the shape. That also, it's a well executed orb, sort of an oval shape there.
And Siren seems to be painting with their full body too. Very physical artist, and something that is so much fun that actually maybe I'll wait to point out until next time when we come around.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Oh, it
Yep.
looks like we're staying here for a second. But Siren actually has some pieces of moss and plant matter in their hair and also on their easel. So we'll have to check that out as we come around.
Talking about a person looking like their art. And
So cool. And here we are with Kedra Jeter. And whoa, super expressive right off the bat.
absolutely, it almost looks like a Rorschach test.
Oh, you're so right. It totally does. It's giving that organic quality that makes you just drawn in and want to interpret it.
You're so right, and that's exactly what I want to do. Somehow, but with 15 more minutes of this round, it might even just be worth while sitting back and just watching the show unfold.
I find myself sitting in front of the streaming setup almost with my head upside down, like trying to interpret this piece. And
It's certainly evocative.
I think that that level of curiosity is engaging for the crowd.
Absolutely. And with still so much to be revealed, it'll really make for an enjoyable round. And they are certainly one to be watched, Kedra.
And I feel like we're gonna get some surprise elements here as well because Kedra obviously started off with a lot of very quick gestural painting, but now looks like is doing something that's a little bit more refined and considered in the center of the canvas, but we don't know exactly what it is yet.
Time will tell.
All right, going over to Jared Detox Davies.
Wow. What?
This is
Wow.
super cool. Very graphic quality.
I love the near symmetry of the composition as well. It's very striking.
Absolutely. I'm kind of a sucker for a symmetrical portrait. There's something about it that's just so satisfying. And we can see that Detox has got some really strong shapes going on as well. And I think that this piece is going to end up having a lot of more obvious design elements. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that continues to evolve. It looks like we're having just a brief moment of camera issue, and we will be back, I'm sure, in just a few seconds.
Stay
In
with
the
your,
meantime,
go ahead.
make sure that you get registered to vote at artbattle.com/AB2459. Here we are. And now we're back, and we are actually with Carissa Nally, which is so exciting because this easel was reserved for a wildcard artist. A wildcard artist is someone that we pull out of the crowd that has volunteered their name into a draw. And Carissa got chosen, and she actually was just a finalist in the Texas State Championship that happened on March 4th. So she is coming off of a very awesome performance there. And so we're really excited to have her back at the easel already.
That is so exciting, Morgan. A real heavy hitter has entered the ring for this second round of Art Battle Dallas.
And check out this gorgeous scoop of magenta that Carissa is leading into her portrait.
That was a great way to describe it. Immediately made me think of gelato.
A scoop of magenta. Carissa actually does often work in these more diffused kind of pastel colors. So not surprising to compare her color choices to sorbet or gelato. And I love the way that she's always introducing these kind of abstracted elements versus figurative or representational. And this portrait is looking sweet.
So sweet indeed, and a luscious color scheme. And just look how feverishly she's moving her hands across the canvas. So much life, such a dynamic painter. Truly exciting to watch.
And the play of the flowers here, so nice. I hope that Carissa gives us a few more flowers because I love the way that she's executed these with just a few simple strokes.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's still so much that could still unfold with this painting over the next 11 minutes. Really exciting to see.
Back with Nicholas. And Nicholas is now working on the front side of his canvas. I'm wondering if, for the first time in art battle history, if we're going to get a double-sided painting. How cool would that be?
Wow, that would be really, really cool.
I'm really digging the attitude of this character already. We've got kind of a hip swung out, a little bit of a slouch going on, and these big sunglasses, I think.
Lots of mood going on, and another look to the back side.
So cool.
In process.
Wild. Wild. We're wilding out in Dallas today.
No kidding. And
I'm
so canvas is yet to be covered or even touched. Really excited to see what Nicholas pulls out for us with, oh my, a little bit of green.
awesome. It's so fun and satisfying when we're literally asking for something on the stream and they can't hear us, of course, and then we get it immediately. So gratifying.
Definitely gratifying.
Yeah, this green is definitely starting to set things off, and it's almost like a pale yellowy green, like old paper, and it's kind of reminding me of maybe that this could be something that's in Nicholas's sketchbook.
Mm,
And we're getting a little orb in the top corner there.
love a good orb.
We do love a good orb. We had some excellent orbs in our first round with Jules art that turned into those butterfly eyeballs. So, there's always possibility that emerges from these shapes here.
So true. And speaking of possibility emerging from the shapes, amazing forms taking place here on King Dub's canvas. Nothing quite yet distinct as far as who it is or what it is that we're looking at, but incredibly bold colors and big shapes taking place.
I feel that maybe we're going to start to get into a character here. And I'm just intuiting that from that King Dub describes his work as being something that mixes graffiti and abstract. So I agree with you. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this continues to evolve. And it's cool seeing the way that King Dub is kind of reducing these shapes to their barest elements. And I think that is going to continue to work over top of them. And I haven't seen this mode of painting before, and I'm really enjoying it.
It does really, speak to his graffiti background as well, or skill as well, because of the angularity and expressive movement of the shapes, and
That is
also sort of the underpainting that would be cast, on a wall initially, then the details going on top of it.
that is such a great observance and totally gave me a little bit of an extra layer to appreciate that. Thanks, Tyson.
No problem.
Back with Siren now, and our glowing orb is continuing to take shape, and we now have a central focus of some angular shapes here. What are you thinking?
I'm an animal eye, and I'm thinking it's staring into my soul.
It totally, yeah, I'm definitely getting like a bird eye. Or maybe if we add some orange, we could go Eye of Sauron. I feel like I always need to make a Lord of the Rings reference on the stream at some point.
You're right. You're right. Well, we'll see about colors. Maybe orange. Maybe who knows? There's still almost 7 minutes left of this round. Still, so much can change, and that is what's so exciting about live painting, folks.
And voting is now open. Go to artbattle.com/AB2459 to get registered to vote. The top two artists from our first round and the top two artists from this round that we're watching right now will move forward into a 4 artist final. So make sure that you choose your favorites and vote at that link.
Yes, yes, yes. Every vote counts. Cast your votes. Who's your favorite for this second round?
All right, hanging out with Kedra now, and I really am digging the orange swipes against the blue.
Mm-hmm. There's a real nice sense of space that's starting to take form here.
Is this a butterfly as well? I feel like I'm seeing a wing emerging and that black line might be the body, but again, that could just be my brain searching for representation within abstract.
Yeah, it could be some An intangible ethos.
Intangible Ethos, the name of my next EP. The gradient that is in that shape between the teal moving into the purple is really nicely executed there. Moving over to Detox Davies here.
Wow, amazing splash of color there that we can see even from this angle.
This piece is dope. There's so much awesome contrast going on. I especially am loving the use of blue as the highlight over top of this black. It's just creating uh, depth in some of these areas, whereas the rest of the piece is very stylistically flatly executed, and I like that contrast.
Dope is exactly the correct technical term for this painting. There is so much excitement from where I'm coming from to know how he brings it home, what he might do with the background.
Yeah, with 4 minutes left on the clock, is Detox going to leave this white as kind of a graphic component, or are we going to get a background color? I feel like a background color would really help make this piece sing even more, but I understand with the black and white contrast as well that that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it pops already so much, but I would love to see this painting sing.
And we do have a few more colors on the palette that we haven't seen yet as well. So we will see whether or not those make it to the canvas in our final few moments.
Hmm.
These last few minutes are always my favorite part of the round because we start to see these artists really adding in their details, and we see pops of highlight being applied. It's really the make it or break it part of the round.
Absolutely. Adding a little garnish here and there.
Exactly. Just helping those flourishes come to life. And for many of these artists, this is the time of the round where their time management becomes most apparent. Are these artists going to be rushing to finish, or are they just comfortably adding in their final details? And looks like Carissa is just comfortably adding in her final details, just honing in on those eyebrows and the eyes there.
You're right. I was just thinking the same thing. She looks perfectly comfortable, cool and collected, just as the character in the painting does. Really, it's a beautiful, tranquil scene that's been captured here.
Yeah, the expression in our portrait here is just kind of calm and contemplative, very soft, and I feel like Carissa has really managed to match the expression of the paint or of the portrait with the palette that she's used and giving us that kind of tranquil emotion.
Hmm. And I do like the cross hatching of the blue strokes as well. It's a nice dimensionality.
Yeah, very cool. It's like she's going into a vortex, but she's chill about it.
Oh yeah.
And once we see Carissa just move her hand a little bit, there's this really gorgeous rosy hue that's coming in on the cheekbone there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the finished piece. There are so many lovely little details that would be enjoyable to really take in.
And just those hits of green as well. Carissa, just killing it. Showing everybody that she is just such an all-star artist, and love getting to see her again so soon after the state finals.
Yeah, that's right. It's worth mentioning again, in case anybody just tuned in, that she was the wild card and was brought in by happenstance from the crowd.
Oh man, check out the evolution of this piece by Nicholas. I totally was not anticipating that.
No, love the splashes of color. Want that outfit, really.
Me too. I would absolutely wear that. Nicholas, we are looking forward to your fashion line drop after this art battle.
Yeah, I
You
mean, I
got,
would.
yeah, you got two customers.
And it looks like he's got a clock. It looks like that's what the orb has turned out to be in this case.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
then there's now a bit of a narrative going on that this cool, calm, collected person looking so stylish, they look so relaxed, even in the face of time looming over his head.
Okay, paintbrushes down, paintbrushes down. It's about that time. Make sure you register to vote, 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 vote. Vote for your favorite. The winners are round number 1 and round number 2 on to round number 3. So make sure you vote for round number 3. All right. Don't forget, all of this is up for sale. You can go ahead and place your bid. Decide the night is already started for round number 1. It's about to start for round number 2. Open the bid. I think it's like $50 or $75. You can take your favorite painting home with you. Don't forget the bar is still open. Get you something to drink. The Color Pop Print Studio is outside. And they're still putting up custom t-shirts, whatever it is you're trying to press. They got some designs to choose from. Get you your shirt for a souvenir, birthday gift, wedding gift, whatever. Color Pop Print Studio is outside. Set up ready for you. Meanwhile, DJ Mike B, you ready to turn it up for the intermission? Let's go!
Wow, what a phenomenal second round for Art Battle Dallas today. So many different styles represented. I am here for it.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Quite a range, and it's been really exciting to see.
I really am getting like a bird eye kind of thing from this,
Ooh,
or a dinosaur.
yeah, and it's interesting though. The eye seems to be very identifiable. There's also a lot of space and depth captured.
Yeah, and Siren has done a really good job capturing that glossiness of the eye, the moisture within the eye, and the roundness there. Over with Kedra. And I think I'm also starting to see some little sparkle elements in there as well. Maybe perhaps some glitter has been incorporated into this piece.
Yeah, and I think your assessment earlier on was pretty spot on. It looks like we do have a butterfly figure there, which is just joyfully. Look at it! Look at her fingers. She was getting right in.
Totally. Yeah, definitely a joyful execution here. And now is the time for you guys out there in the intranet to vote. And you are going to vote at artbattle.com/AB2459, the link that is on your screen. And just a reminder as well, all of the works created today are up for silent auction at that same link. Wow,
Wow,
Tyson, check out. Go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
Look at the background that came out in the last moments of the painting. This is the first we've been able to see it on the live stream. Wow, what an amazing luminosity that has been flashed onto.
Luminosity is 100% the right term. The level of glow that is
Oh,
emanating from this piece is just fantastic.
I love the hyper contrast. What now appears to be the universe. It looks to be like there's hints of stars and galaxy there in the complexion.
Wow, so inspiring. What a wonderful offering from Detox for this second round. Votes are starting to roll in now, and we will be announcing our finalists very, very soon. So make sure that you stay tuned to the stream and get ready for round number 3. We will be back in just a few minutes with our finalists announcements. Again, if you're just joining us, the top 2 artists from round number 1 and the top 2 artists from round number 2, the round we just saw, will move forward to a 4-artist final showdown where they will paint again. So as you're gazing at these paintings and making your assessments, not only should you be thinking about the result of the painting and which painting you think is best, but also picture who you want to see paint again. Whose performance did you enjoy the most? And again, you can vote at that link that is on your screen, artbattle.com/AB2459. Tyson and I will be back with your winner announcement in just a few minutes.
Let's go ahead and re-announce the contestants for round number 3. Round number 1, you can follow him on Instagram, Dread Softly, like Tread Softly. You can follow him on Instagram. Y'all make some noise, put your hands together for Rayon Nurse. Rayon Nurse, I see you. Contestant number 2, for round number 1, you can follow them on Facebook, Vigilante Art by Ashley B. Does paint with a twist and Sugar Hill. You can sign up for her classes, put your hands together for Ashley D. Ashley D, y'all. Contestant number 3, she's been there, done that. She's represented here, she's represented there. Y'all make some noise for Carissa Nally. Step up at the wild card, follow her on Instagram, Resilient Art on Instagram. And last but not least, Mr. Oak Cliff himself, Mr. Jerry Detox Dayton. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow him on Instagram, Detox Art. He putting on for the city, he representing hard. Once again, y'all put y'all hands together for round number 3. Can I get the shot clock up on the board? I'm gonna need everybody's help counting down from 5. Let's get round number 3 started. 3, 2, 1. Let's go with the paint to the canvas. Let's get going. I need everybody to be walking around the canvases. Get you a drink. Step around, step around.
All right, we are into round number 3 for Art Battle in Dallas. And these guys are finalists, are tackling yet another canvas with another 20 minutes on the clock. My name is Morgan Booth, and I am here with musician, actor, and creative dude, Tyson Cody. Welcome, Tyson.
Thanks so much, Morgan. It's great to be here. And I'm super excited to be witnessing Dallas's third and final round here with the competitors who have been able to come on to the final round here. We've got Rayon putting an amazing image on this canvas right off the bat.
So quickly as well, just absolutely going just so fast with the initial drawing there from Rayon. And I believe that this is Ashley D. And we can see Ashley just kind of creating this fluffy texture going on.
Quite a contrasting approach to the canvas, and that's always, again, so exciting to see the different approaches that the artists take, making it all the more exciting to see what unfolds over the 20-minute round.
Ooh, and check out that little hit of yellow that we're getting there. I'm wondering if that's going to end up being a horizon line or where we're going with this piece. Ashley does some really wonderful mixes of surrealist concept work, so looking forward to continuing to see how that evolves.
Yeah, same here. It looks to be maybe like a crown that's being depicted here. Always very interesting to draw upon specific iconography because it will have different effects on different folks. So one image might mean something very different to another. So it's going to be exciting to see how people respond. And we are, of course, counting on your votes at home. So if you are watching this stream right now, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in. And be sure to cast your votes at artbattle.com/AB2459.
And here we are with Carissa Nally, our wildcard artist, who is a very experienced competitor in Dallas, having freshly just competed and making it to the finals at the Texas State Finals. And we can see Carissa is starting on the floor here.
Indeed, a wild card, but no stranger to the stage of Art Battle. And once again, we're seeing her approach the canvas with a great deal of energy and fervor and confidence.
And turning the canvas this way and that too, which is really, really cool. I think that Carissa's way that she approaches handling the canvas allows her to have so much more versatility. You know, the canvas isn't a static object on the easel for her. She's really twisting it and turning it and helping it to work for her.
Absolutely, and it sure makes for a great live painting experience here. You know, there's a lot of performance that really plays into these rounds.
Absolutely. And we're seeing just some touches of color that have been added around the sides. Back with Detox, and I think that we're getting treated to a silhouette here, now in profile.
Absolutely, and I love the color contrast going on right now with the radiance of the yellow and red next to that what appears to be a plume of smoke.
Yeah, that's cool. I love the way that that's being expressed with this opaque color that is just like dripping.
Hmm. Yeah, it sure is.
And already we have this kind of gradient glowing that is happening around the figure of Detox's character. And that was his last minute kind of surprise element for us in his qualifying round. But we already have that established.
Oh, that's a great point. He's done sort of a reverse of his approach, and you're right, and he had also done a lot more details and highlights on the black face of the last picture here. So we're yet to see what highlights he might use. Hopefully, we'll see another of those beautiful blue highlights that he used.
Oh, I would love to see that. And did you catch that just little tick of the eyelash that he just put in there?
Expertly dashed on that canvas. Very nice.
So nice. I love when we see those kinds of little thoughtful details put into these compositions because there's just little things that can make the difference and really just underline the quality of a piece. And for me, I just love that little detail of the eyelash within the silhouette.
That's a great way of putting it. Just the little details that underline the quality. And here we are seeing from Rayon many little details, many little gestures and expressions with his brushes. What a very cool and dynamic painting that we're seeing here.
Oh man, I'm digging this. The I think that's hair around the shape of the head, and I love that it's just kind of sketched in with all of these angular marker marks. And to emphasize that too, I'm loving the way that Rayon is contrasting the use of marker and drawing with this very painterly technique on top of it.
Hmm. And what's really cool is that the words on the top don't necessarily carry the inherent value of the word's meaning, but rather create a lot more motion with the sort of etching style that he's done with those letters. It creates a lot more movement and texture.
Absolutely. And this play between the cooler colors and the warmer colors as well. Rayon is not fooling around. He, I think, really wants the win today and is really bringing his absolute best work forward. And especially being a first time art battler, I love seeing that he's coming with two strong concepts. That means that there was a lot of confidence that he was likely to make it into the final round.
So true. He's got a warrior spirit right now with his headband as well. He's ready for action.
I think you were right that this is a crown.
Looks that way.
And
Interesting little details. Actually, now that I think about it, Ashley D has done a similar kind of contrast between the amorphous orb in the background, as you can see, what appears like a cloud, next to the much more detailed subject in the foreground, similarly to the skeleton hand in her last one.
totally. 100%. And I love seeing the way these guys bring their inherent styles to different concepts and different paintings, and you can grab those kind of identifiable factors of their style and see how it's displayed in this totally different way.
Hmm.
And I also am digging that Ashley is right in there with the finger painting as well, getting some of those nice soft blends.
Yeah, I think that really adds a special element to the performance, and part of the viewing enjoyment for those who are in attendance. There in Dallas today, at the Deep Ellum Co. And for those of you watching at home, it's just so neat to see everybody's unique approaches and techniques.
Totally. The this little blue lightning strike is really cool too.
Hmm.
I'm so enthralled watching her hands move right now, and I still feel like there might be a little bit of a glitter element there, but it could just be that as she's lifting her fingers, that it's creating texture within the paint, and we're getting light reflecting off of that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. Oh, cool with Carissa. So conceptual.
Yeah, no kidding. Love the little scene that's taken place there inside what appears to be a glass snail shell.
That's awesome. I can't believe that Carissa, like, this is a concept that she must be just pulling out of her mind at this point because, again, she was not an artist who was pre selected and booked to paint in this show. She was just pulled from the audience a few minutes before her first qualifying round.
No kidding. She was ready to battle.
So good.
And once again, with a very calm and confident approach to this painting.
Totally. And the careful execution of these finer details and in all of our little mushrooms are so wonderful. The way that she's treating the little mushrooms are almost like their own character.
Yeah, totally. I love the line work that she's done to create the character of them, as you said.
Yeah, just that little swipe or the emphasis of a curved line just kind of brings in a little bit of whimsical personality, and it's so cool the way that line work can communicate personality in an object that isn't a person.
That's a great observation. You're so right. And here is a great example of line work creating that personality with the image of these trees emerging from the head of this character. There's so much life and so much presence.
Oh my gosh, this is just totally thrilling. And Detox has done a fantastic job of really engaging us with the way that he's approaching this performance. I feel like he's continuing to give us these little surprises, and every time we visit his canvas, there's some transformative element that has entered the chat, as it were.
No kidding. And still so much time to play with. So, Detox is certainly one to watch. Certainly, if you think that he's the best, cast your votes, folks. Every vote counts. And one of these painters is going to be moving on to the next round.
The way that the trees are taking up this other side of the composition too is just, I'm loving the sense of balance that is giving. It's giving weight to that side of the canvas and kind of balancing our blue smoke area.
Yeah, so true. And I just love those purple petals.
Yeah, the and that being such an unconventional choice for the color of the foliage, and the way that that's just singing off of the red, just so into it.
Same here. Can't wait to see it on the next go round.
And I think that we are going to, ooh, some nice lighter colors being added in there too. I think that maybe we're gonna start to get some waves potentially.
Time will tell, folks. Time will tell.
Back over with Rayon. The
Wow.
addition of the laurels here is just so cool.
And I just especially love the use of asymmetry here. It really creates an engaging image. One now again, then I'm thinking of his bio that talking about his, creation of pictures that have so much movement that they draw in the viewer, and that's absolutely what's going on in here.
For sure. The balance here that Rayon is striking is just so wonderful, and it's where my help comes from, I think is what the typography is saying. Oh, and we have a third eye too. I just noticed that.
That's a bonus eye right there.
That's a bonus eye. Ugh, why do I love the striped shirt so much? I think that there's so many interesting elements within this piece, but for whatever reason, the addition of the striped shirt just feels like it's giving that extra element of attitude.
Absolutely, and also an added element of tension for me.
Totally.
The hyper contrast and the emphasis of black, which is so present throughout the entire image with the writing and with the contouring of the face.
Absolutely. There's such a satisfying element to this piece. Your eye just really dances around it. And so many components are just left with this just little bit of looseness and giving it that gestural quality. And it's such a unique energy.
A unique energy indeed, and truly a pleasure to watch, and surely to be one of the big contenders of this round.
And we have just 4 minutes remaining on the clock, so we are nearing the end of our final round for Art Battle in Dallas today. And these guys are absolutely painting their hearts out. We've seen so much quality up at the easels today.
So much quality, so much talent, and such a range of skills and approaches to their canvases.
Continuing to watch this piece from Ashley D evolve and the way that she's incorporating all of these colors within the metal of the crown is really cool.
Yeah, totally. Very
And now,
interesting.
sorry,
And
go ahead.
similar, I was just going to say, and similarly to her last one, it has again some evocative images. The last one with the skeleton and the light bulb, and here we are with the crown and a cloud with electric lightning coming out of it. It's very intriguing and certainly evocative.
I dig it. I love seeing concept on display at Art Battle because it can be very easy to create an image that might just be read as beautiful and is something that might be more simplistic. But when an artist is really bringing concept into the mix, we get more of an insight into their work and into what their voice as an artist is.
And hopefully will resonate perhaps more potently with certain folks viewing there in person and also on this stream right now.
Absolutely. And for anyone who is hanging out with us on the stream and watching right now, make sure that you vote at artbattle.com/AB2459. That is where you will choose who you think should be the Art Battle Dallas champion for today.
Every vote counts, folks, so be sure to do it. It's also part of the fun, being able to participate, even if remotely, with this amazing event, Art Battle Dallas.
So awesome. And a huge congratulations to all 12 of our artists who painted tonight, and especially to our finalists who made it into this round. It's such a treat to be able to see these artists paint again. We see them paint in their qualifying round and then see them perform again, and it's just such a unique experience.
Absolutely. each painter sort of takes on a bit of an arc in the evening, and we get to see them go from round to round. It really makes for an awesome bit of entertainment.
Totally. And we also need to be keeping in mind too, like us as viewers, we're appreciating what the artists are doing, but we also need to be mindful that this takes a huge amount of energy, brain power energy, but also it's very physical to do live painting and to perform it this way in front of a live audience.
Yeah, no kidding, especially with the clock ticking away at just 20 minutes per round. But it takes some tenacity, some stamina, and some courage as well. And folks, if you feel like being a painter in one of our competitions, you can indeed register to do so, to at least apply. So please consider doing that if you are an artist at home.
All right, starting to get into our countdown here. The final seconds ticking down.
Here we go. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Paint questions down. Paint questions down. Don't forget, all of these paintings are up for auction. You can bid on them. Silent auction is still going. Place your bid, take it home. Place your bid, take it home. Don't forget to vote. The votes determine the winner. So you got to vote. If you register to vote, go ahead and vote for your favorite contestant. You got 5 minutes to vote. You got about 30 minutes to place your bid. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Hey, yo, they did some masterpieces in 30 minutes. No cap. No cap. Masterpieces in 30 minutes. I'm impressed. Here we go. Y'all got 5 minutes to vote. 5 minutes to vote. Place your bid. Take your favorite piece of art. Take it home as a gift or a souvenir. Who you vote for? That one? Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do an outro for the round and remind people to vote. Wow, what an absolutely mind-blowing final round for Art Battle in Dallas today. Tyson, any favorites from this final?
Well, I really don't want to influence anybody at home, but I have to say that Detox has really done a really beautiful, striking image. And also Rayon has drawn upon his signature dynamic movement-filled painting, and it's awesome as well.
Yeah, these guys just really brought so much creativity into the final round. And I think from all of these artists, the way that they were building their paintings just had this continuous revealing quality to it. And so for this round, I think the artist performance as well as their ending output has to be considered as you are voting. So make sure that you vote at artbattle.com/AB2459 and choose which artist will be the winner for tonight's event in Dallas. Also, all of the works created today are available for silent auction at that same link. It is a great opportunity to collect some artwork that also retains that special memory of you seeing it being born. We will be back in just a few minutes with our announcement of who the winning artist is. So stay tuned.
And again, let's give a shout out for all these artists. Just a quick reminder, artists, make sure you sign your artwork. Everyone who bid, you should have already received a link that the auction will be wrapping up. If you are the winning bidder, all you need to do is come up, you'll get a link, you can pay for it, then and there, bring it up here, show us, and then you can get your painting. Artists that are still around, please stick around, especially if your art is going for bid, take pictures, sign, all that good stuff. All right, are we ready? Yeah. We're high tech around here. All right. It's funny because they're like, this is so close. Let's give it up for new season winner who will be back at City Finals, Carissa Nally. Carissa, where are you? So this is how our battle works. She was our wild card today. The votes came in. Girl, come on, she's gonna cry. You should go cry. This girl has been wanting to be a part of our battle and be a winner for a long time. All the other winners, but she's ready.
A massive congratulations to Carissa Nally, the winner of our first qualifying event of the season in Dallas. Carissa now has earned her spot in the Dallas City Final next spring.
Originally the wild card of the night. Amazing plot twist, and so exciting to see that she was able to secure what I believe is her first win. So cool.
Oh my gosh, just such a heartwarming moment seeing Carissa win, and so humbly thanking the crowd as well, saying that she just was there to express herself and that it was a surprise getting chosen and wasn't expecting to win, and congratulating all of the other artists. We love seeing that. What a great vibe.
Absolutely. And she had a great vibe right through the entire competition as well. It was so fun to watch her paint. Again, she was so confident and comfortable while she was in the zone.
Absolutely. And a huge congratulations and thank you to all of the artists who painted with us in Dallas today. It takes a lot of courage and creativity to step up to the easel and tackle those blank canvas in only 20 minutes. If your mirror neurons are firing watching on the stream and you want to apply to be an artist, we have many more events in Dallas coming up. So make sure that you go to artbattle.com and apply as an artist. We would love to see your work. And thank you so much to Tyson. It is always an absolute pleasure having you on the stream. We really appreciate your artistic insights.
I appreciate that, Morgan. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be here. And thanks to everybody at home who went through the trouble of voting. It was an exciting round and a really close match. So thank you, everybody.
And amazing. That is us for Dallas tonight. But actually, the stream is not over. We will be starting an art battle in Quebec City in just mere moments. So if you are still wanting to see some of that live painting action, stay tuned. We will be live in Quebec City in just a few minutes.